guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. Well, tonight's video, we're going to talk about teenagers. That's right, traveling with those teenagers to either Disney or Universal. I find that now that I have teenagers, there's just some extra level of things to maybe think about or plan on, or things that you can just do differently now that you have those teens. So I thought I would put together my top 10 tips and tricks, things to think about or plan on or prepare for when you're traveling with those teenagers. Now, this video is perfect for those of you who have teens, right? And you're going to the theme parks with teens, but perhaps you're sending your teen off on a teen group or a teen sports event. This is very, very common at Disney World. The cheerleaders all come together and compete. Other forms of sports, I can't think any at the top of my hand. Bands do it. Just groups of teenagers tend to flock to Disney World. So whether or not you are, sponsoring, or you're part of a chaperone for a teen group, whether it's a sport or another event, or you're just traveling with your teenager, wow, that was a mouthful. This video, I'm hoping, will be helpful for you. I do a lot of tips and tricks videos, and I've noticed I haven't really done any for the teen age groups. So I thought I would give it a try, right? So in no particular order, like I said, it's my top 10 things to think about, prepare for, plan on when going with a teen. Now, these first few, we're going to talk about a teen's lifeline. That's right, the cell phone. I've got a few tips and tricks for those cell phones, or teenagers in mind with those cell phones, right? So the first thing is 100% teenagers, parents of teens, you need to pack your charging cord, a backup battery, right? And a multi-charging port, specifically for cell phones, electronic devices. Teens are notorious for not only having cell phones, but a video game system like the Nintendo Switch, or maybe they've got earbuds. All those things require charging, and not all hotel rooms are created when it comes to charging. And the last thing you want to hear is, "Sorry, mom, couldn't contact you. My phone went dead." That's right. You plan in advance. You tell those teens, you can come with us to Disney World, and you can bring your phone, and I'll let you use it a few times, but you 100% need to keep it charged. So, charging cord, backup battery, charging ports, all the things that you will need for cell phones and electronic devices. Now think about it. Now, this is a teen's lifeline. They are always on their phone. So you have to think, when you go to Disney World, what are they going to be doing? Well, selfies for one, lots and lots of pictures. When they're in ride lines and they're bored, TikTok, YouTube, they're going to be watching videos. They're going to be texting with their friends, Facebooking, all the things, right? So many reasons why a teenager's phone could drain very, very fast. You want to have all of that planned and prepared so they have the ability to charge not just their phone, their buds, and all electronic devices. So that has to be number one. Number two, of course, involving the phone, is you want to make sure if your kiddo has their own phone, and this isn't just for teens, any sort of person who has their own phone, make sure they have the My Disney Experience app. Now, this is the app that they use for everything: mobile ordering, Genie Plus. You want to research something, you want to get something, Disney uses this app. I have a whole video on nothing but the app. But if you have a teenager, get them the app. Give them the responsibility of helping you out. Have them either get their own account under the app, or just give them your login and password and they can log in as you. Give them a little bit of responsibilities. They might even enjoy it. Have them get you the next Genie Plus pass. When you do purchase Genie Plus, it opens up a whole bunch of selfie options within the app. They might enjoy that too. So definitely have them get the app, even if they have their own account. That's great. Or they can piggyback on your account and use your own login and password. I love to give mine the responsibility. I will hand them my phone and say, "Get us our next pass. Figure it out." If we're headed to a restaurant and no one knows what they want to eat, have them look it up in the app. Have them figure out where they want to eat, what they want to eat. Put them in charge of mobile ordering for the entire family. Get them involved. This is one way to do that. So 100% make sure your kiddo has their own Disney app. Again, whether it's their own account or they're piggybacking from you. The other option here is you definitely want to get the Disney Play app. This is a different app from the My Disney Experience app. Those two apps kind of work together. Now the Play app allows people to do kind of games while they're in the theme park, right? They can answer some questions, they can do some adventures, right? You could do the bounty hunting experience over at Hollywood Studios, Epcot, they have the DuckTales thing. All of that happens on a phone in the Disney Play app. So the combination of the My Disney Experience app and the Disney Play app, your teen will have plenty of things to do to keep them entertained while they're using their lifeline, right? While they're using their phone. And again, keep it charged, right? So yes, lots of reasons of ways you can keep your teen, because I know a lot of parents are like, I want them to pay attention to I spent so much money on this trip, I want them to pay attention. But yet teens love to be on their phone. Well, this is one way to kind of combine the two, right? Have them help you out on the app. It's on the phone. Have them get the Disney Play app. Have them do some games and do things while they're in the theme park, while they're in line. And yeah, it's just a different way to do Disney. It's the phone way to do Disney. But yes, definitely make sure you get your teens those apps. Number 3, now as a parent, you may find this to be more important than your teenager finds it to be important. But I find that a lot of parents want, like I said, I paid X amount of dollars for this vacation. I want you to enjoy yourself. I want you to experience what we're all experiencing. Get off your phone, right? That's common, right? Okay, so number 3 is to really discuss limitations with your teenager and at the same time give them some space. They are teenagers, by the way. So you've already kind of raised them from being kids and now you have to kind of set them free a little bit with boundaries, right? So yes, definitely give them the chance to soar a little bit with those limitations. Now these limitations could be as easy as, okay, you can go do what you want with your friends, but I want you back at 5 o'clock for our dinner reservation. Or it could be limitations for, the phone and an electronic. If a teenager is on their phone the whole time, they're kind of missing the experience, right? So this is when you have to discuss what's important to you, what's important to them, and find your meeting ground, right? This is especially important for groups. Those of, people who chaperone or kind of monitor, team groups, sports groups, band groups, stuff like that. A lot of times you see them at the parks, right? A big herd of teens kind of go off together. They go to the resort, restaurant together. They go to the bathroom together. They go to the rides together. I'm talking like 10 to 20 of them all at one time. So you do want to discuss responsibilities with them. You want to discuss what you expect, right? Times they need to return. Do you have dining reservations? You got to make sure they're back by a certain time at a certain location. You might want to discuss spending with them. If you're a parent and you're sending your teen off, you might want to discuss how much money you can spend, what we should be spending it on. I learned this the hard way. I took my daughter to DC for a class trip. And what those teens spend their money on amazed me. One girl, I think she spent $40 on just candy. And then she bragged about it the whole time. So understanding what, your teen might find important to spend their money on versus what you think is important to spend money on might not be the same. So these are the things you definitely want to discuss. You want to discuss behavior and spending. And if the teen is with you, you might want to discuss phone use, right? If you are bothered by the phone, if you are bothered by them constantly on the phone, taking pictures, texting, whatever, if that drives you crazy, you can discuss with them. Things I thought about were, when we're in a long wait, for a ride, you can be on your phone. But once the ride starts, I want you to put the phone away because I want you to experience the ride, right? When we're walking around the parks, I want you to put your phone away unless you're going to take a quick picture because I want you to experience what's going around them. Give them the chance to be on their phone and do the things they want to do, but also kind of enjoy the vacation. Another thing I kind of thought of is Okay, when we're sitting down at quick service, sure, you can go on your phone, text your friends, take pictures, whatever. But if we're sitting down at a nice table service restaurant, can we please put the phone away so that we can be a family together? These are just kind of the things that you could discuss. I will say that again, with my DC trip, I noticed a lot of kids maybe were new to the phone and maybe we're new to how to take a photo and how to do a proper video. It's very annoying to me. And again, I'm a YouTuber, so I take video all the time in the park. So I get that I might annoy some people, but there's no video is gonna be good when you're doing this. This is not gonna make a good video. So perhaps, you know, teach them, tell them when it's appropriate to take a selfie, when it's appropriate to, you know, stick a phone in someone else's face and take a video that's going to be blurry anyway. Those are important. A lot of the rides, you know, they don't want your flash on. They don't want you taking photos. When I'm taking video, I don't have my flash on. I'm literally just holding the camera right in front of me. I'm not blocking anyone else's view. I'm very kind of calm and cool about it. Not everyone is the same, so if your teen is going to be overly taking those videos and those pictures, that might be something to discuss as well. But basically, you want to give them their freedom, right? You want to let them explore, but yet give them, you know, that responsibility, but then tell them when they need to be back and what you expect of them, right? I mean, it's just like raising teens at home is just like bringing them to Disney, right? Makes sense? So anyway, enough with that one. Number 4, consider giving your teen their own cash or a Disney gift card, right? So they can spend it on whatever they want. Or if you're capable, give them a credit card. Or to make life simpler, if you're staying on property, just get them a magic band. Why? Did you know that you can add your children to charging capabilities via the magic band? So if you say have 3 kids, and one is 3 and one is 7 and one's a teenager, you don't feel like the 3 and 7-year-old can really be responsible with the magic band. Who knows what they'll buy, right? But the teenager you might trust. So you can go ahead and go to the resort, you know, check-in guest services area, and you can actually add your teen to charging capabilities, meaning they can buy whatever they want and charge it to the room, thus charging it to your credit card because they can just click. Now, I will honestly say that my kids have full privilege to do this when we're on vacation. We're at home, I monitor things a little bit differently, but on vacation, I let them do because I trust them. I've been taking my kids to Disney for years and years and years and years. I trust that they're not gonna go overboard, right? So the first thing I do is I will add my kids to charging capabilities to their magic band. They know the family password. When they see something they want, or perhaps they want to buy gifts for each other or Christmas gifts for the parents, right? They have full capability to go ahead and charge on the magic band. But yes, giving teens the responsibility to buy is very important. It is a life lesson. It is a learning lesson. So go ahead and do that. They definitely need cash or spending money if you're sending them off on some form of group trip, right, with other people and you're not going to be there. But even if it's a family vacation, feel free to give them a couple of 20s and say, when you want some popcorn, when you want a snack, when you see a hoodie that you want to buy, feel free to go ahead and do that. That way they have that sense of freedom, right? It's just an extra level of responsibility, but freedom to them, right? So definitely 100% between snacks, beverages, food, souvenirs. Again, what they consider a good souvenir might be different from what you consider a good souvenir, and just allowing them to be free, right? So absolutely, I find that very important. All right, number 5. Number 5 is hopper passes. Now, this is especially important if you are taking the teen on a family vacation. I 100% suggest you guys get hopper passes. When you have little kiddos, hopping takes time. It can be kind of irritating, especially if you hop during nap time. But when you have older kids and you have teens, having that flexibility and that freedom actually is enjoyable for everyone, including the teenager, right? So if you start at one park and they're like, you know what, I really wanted to go eat or do something at that other park. Can I go hop to that other park and meet you later maybe? these are things you guys can discuss, but having the ability to go from one park to the other is greatly helpful when you have teenagers or older adults or just older people with you, because you have that freedom and that flexibility. This includes Genie Plus. So again, earlier I said, give your teen capability to use the app. Let them be responsible for getting your next Genie Plus. Absolutely do this. When you have Genie Plus, it's easier for them, assuming they like the coasters and the top crazy, fun rides. This gives you the ability to be able to wait in line for some rides and then skip the line for others. So absolutely, especially if that teen is going to run off and do their own thing. Again, in that scenario, perhaps you have a couple of younger kids and you have a teen. Well, the younger kids can go on one particular ride, maybe with mom or dad. The teen can say, you know what, I'm gonna go ride Seven Dwarf Mine Train. I'm gonna get a pass for it. I'll meet you guys later. Those are the things I'm talking about. Therefore, having the Hopper Pass, having Genie Plus, and that sense of freedom, and the ability to kind of come and go between 4 parks is absolutely, it's beneficial. It just is. We always have the Hopper Pass, whether we use it or not. We absolutely always have it. So yes, definitely give them more options and get the Hopper Pass. Number 6 is a park bag. Yes, you should absolutely get your teenagers some form of park bag so they can be responsible for their own stuff. Even just like watching the teens go off to school. Did you remember your lunch? Did you remember your coat? Did you remember your water? Yeah? Do you guys do this too? I do it every morning. It drives me nuts. And sometimes they'll forget stuff and I'm like, really? Anyway, getting a park bag for your teenager helps them be responsible for their own things. Again, you're training them to be adults in a few years, right? So giving them a park bag so they can have their own money, right? Water, make sure they drink. I can't tell you how many teens I saw with just like no bag, no purse. I'm like, where's their water? It's like 2,000 degrees out here. Where's their water? These teens are gonna pass out. And then they run off to Starbucks and get coffee. I'm like, water. So absolutely, I make my teen, she has her own money. I make her carry water, snacks, of course, gum, right? Your cell phone, and don't forget that backup battery. If they don't have the backup battery, they can easily run out of juice and sorry, I didn't get your text, my battery died. Yeah, not gonna happen if they pack the right things. So even though they might only need the bare necessities, just a few little things that teens find important, maybe for the females, a little lip gloss, a little, makeup, I don't know, for the guys, maybe multiple snacks, giving them some form of bag to carry just these few little things in is actually very beneficial. I'm not talking about a big bag unless that's what they want. Again, I have a whole video on this, but the Lululemon belt bag is extremely popular right now for teens especially, but also adults. I mean, I have one. So getting your teen just one of these bags, it has enough space, cell phone, backup battery, gum, snacks, and they can carry their water or they can almost carabiner water on the side. Either way, this is a very popular bag and it's very small, so not too large and obnoxious. You can also get a sling bag. Those are very nice. Also Jansport. Who remembers Jansport? I haven't seen them in a while as being a popular backpack, but back in my day, we all had Jansport. Anyway, they make a mini backpack, which is actually a very adorable size on a teenager. You can get them in fun colors and just straight up black. That is a good bag as well because that definitely will fit that water bottle, but you definitely want to give your teen the responsibility of carrying their own stuff, right? Including that cash and being responsible. They're gonna have to carry that. They're gonna have to bring it with them. For mine, I have them pick out their bag. I have them pack their own bag, and then I make them responsible for refilling that bag. But absolutely, you gotta get your teen their own bag. All right, number 7, I touched on it a little bit in number 6, but yeah, water bottle and snacks. Like I said, I won't let mine go anywhere without a water bottle and a bunch of snacks because they just forget. They forget to drink. There's so much going on and they got their phone and their electronics and they forget to drink, and I don't know why. I don't get it. Teens are like a mystery to me sometimes. Anyway, you want to make sure they have some form of water bottle. Purchasing water at Disney is really, really expensive. I find it so much easier to just get a refillable water bottle and fill it up. But if If all they need to do is just keep purchasing water, then that's between you guys, but absolutely water and snacks. I know mine will get the hangries, like nasty hangries. Does your teen too? If they don't eat. So sometimes if we have a dinner reservation, but they're hungry now, just eat your snack, eat your granola bar. So 100%, not only do I make sure they have a park bag, but it has to have water and snacks inside, because yes, those things are very, very, very important. So I discuss what we should have in our bag, and we just make sure we always prepare it, definitely with updated water and snacks. All right, number 8. This one cracks me up a little bit. I titled it Proper Clothes. So if you have a teenager, you know what I'm talking about, especially the girls. I don't want to single the girls out, but I have one too, so I get it. They don't always wear the proper clothes per the weather or per the situation. There's a lot of really, really short shorts, which is fine. However, those cheeks are gonna get burnt. When you sit on a roller coaster, there's gonna be some like sticking and chafing going on. I hate to say it, but it's true. So even though super duper short shorts may be popular and something you wear at home, I just wonder about those short shorts on roller coasters. Perhaps it's just me. The teens don't seem to care. But again, that could be something to discuss. So somewhere between those short shorts and those crop tops might be fine when it's the high peak of the summer in Florida. But when it's wintertime, they're gonna get cold. I've also seen combinations of the crop top with super baggy sweats and like slippers, or super duper short shorts and like an oversized hoodie where you can't even tell they're wearing shorts. Like, this is the teen style. Fine, I get it. The styles throughout the ages have all been a little weird and not everyone enjoys them. My point is, you want to make sure your teen dresses appropriate per the weather and per the situation. So I'm not dissing anyone's wardrobe choices here, but I think I would be very uncomfortable in super short shorts on those roller coasters and kind of having my butt cheeks stick to the seats. You guys know what I'm talking about? So for us specifically, I think I would discuss things like that. And definitely you don't want those baggy sweats and the slippers in the high heat of summer in Florida. So that's all I'm really saying, is discuss what they plan on packing, what they plan on wearing. Look at the weather with them and maybe, pack accordingly. I have seen some odd wardrobe choices. Again, I'm not judging, but just something to watch out for. And again, oversized hoodies are very common. Those are great for the evenings when it's a little cooler out. Teens also love Crocs, which are great. Those are, a very popular footwear to wear at Disney. So yeah, don't worry about those things so much. It's definitely the chafing short shorts. And sometimes those crop tops, I just think, ouch. I hope they're wearing a lot of sunscreen, because that just seems like a big burn to me. But anyway, that's all I mean about proper clothing. Just kind of discuss what they plan on wearing, check the weather, and maybe talk about the ride situation a little bit. But yes, number 9 is to, when you plan your vacation, plan with teens in mind, right? Because the teen you have at home is probably the teen that's going to Disney, right? So does your teen like to sleep in? Are they sleeping until noon? If you wake them up early, are they nasty? It's a thing. So maybe discuss, if you allow your teen to sleep in, maybe they can meet the family later in the theme park. These are the things you can kind of plan and discuss with your teen in mind, right? So also staying out late. If they slept in, what are the odds of them wanting to stay out super duper late? It could be something they want to do, especially with fireworks. What about coasters? If you have a teen who just wants to do coasters, discuss with them what they want to ride, what they're interested in. So when you plan accordingly, you're also including them. Do they want to go on the pool? Yeah. Do you need to schedule in some pool time? These are things, again, just like you would want to, when you have little kids, you want to prepare and plan for the little kids. You just want to do the same thing for teenagers, because sometimes their interests are very, very much different. They could absolutely want to sleep in, stay out late, coasters, thrill rides, the pool. They might even want to go to Disney Springs and do some shopping. It just really depends on your teenager. So when you plan these vacations, really put them in mind as well. The last thing you want to do is be dragging them around doing what you want to do without giving them just a little bit of freedom or a little bit of the ability to kind of decide what they want to do sometimes, right? Yeah? Okay. So number 10 is actually just try planning with them. I have several clients who have teenagers, and it's always shocking to me. I will get these, I'll get these emails, right? So-and-so was watching a video, so-and-so was watching TikTok, and you know, they found this chocolate Olaf at Disney Springs. Where can we get it? It's really, really important to my kid that they get this chocolate Olaf. These are the things I'm telling you that are important to them that might not be important to you. So try planning with them. So in this situation, the family didn't know the teenager really wanted this chocolate Olaf. And of course it was too late to get, because I know that Olaf sold out in minutes, right? When it came out. And so that's just kind of what I'm talking about. I had another one who really wanted this Loungefly backpack, you know, and they're searching the globe at the parks for this backpack. And I happen to know what store carried it. So just don't always assume what they want to do is the same thing you want to do, and what they might want to do might be just completely not even something you would even care about. So just kind of know that. Plan with them in mind. I like to ask mine, what do they want to do? What type of rides they want to do? What parks they want to do? I ask them where they want to eat. Do they want to eat at some of their favorite restaurants? Maybe something new, maybe something cool on TikTok. I don't know. Ask them if they want to do something different. If you go often, ask them if they want to do something different from the time before. Consider doing those tours. Now that you have a teen, you can do things like, you know, the Keys to the Kingdom tour. You can do some of those animal tours. There are tours on property that are absolutely fabulous, but you have to be a certain age to do that. I know Keys to the Kingdom, I've done it. I love that tour. My kids are dying to do that tour, but they are not the right age yet. So we're just counting down the years here so my kids can do Keys to the Kingdom. But this is what I'm talking about, is if you plan with them and discuss with them, you can kind of put them in the mix, because I get if it's a family vacation, you want to do what you want to do, you want to do what the other kiddos want to do, but don't forget about that teenager. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and hopefully it made sense. You just have to remember that teenagers are basically adults in training. You've raised them since they were little, and now they're teens, and they're just a few years, or for some, maybe a year away from leaving the nest, for going off to college and being responsible on their own, getting their own apartments, getting their own jobs, going to college. So you want to give them some flexibility, and you want to give them some understanding and the ability to be free, but then you also have to rein them in as needed, because you're training them to flee the coop, right? So Disney's a great place to do that. You can let them explore, let them share, let them ask, and you know, get to know your teen a little bit better before, sadly, they leave. Maybe this subject's just a little hard for me because I have teens, and eventually they will be leaving, and I don't like thinking about it at all. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have other tips and tricks or advice from traveling with teens, let me know in the comments. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray. The bell icon for notifications. Like this video, like I said, and comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what other things you do with your teens. And please share my content. I don't know what's going on, guys, between YouTube and my videos. I'm trying to keep this going. I'm trying to keep Mermaid Nina Travels going. So any way you guys can help by sharing, watching, viewing, liking, all the things, I really, really, really appreciate it. But as always, guys, mahalo for watching. Nina out. Bye, guys.